WPB's Kara St. Cyr sat down with Louisiana activist Dr. Joy Banner as she discussed the legacy of her organization and the future of environmental changes in South Louisiana. Let's take a look.
I have with us Dr. Joy Banner. She is co-director of the Descendants Project, which is an organization that's dedicated to making sure that Black descendant communities in River Parishes in Louisiana are healthy and environmentally safe. But also, before we get to any of that, you just won the National Preservation Award, and I just wanted to say congratulations.
Yeah, I brought it with me. Thank you.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I apologize for any fingerprints.
But can you tell me a little bit more about this award and this honor that you just received?
Yes, and it was certainly an honor. It's the Emerging Leader Award from the National Trust for Historic Preservation. And it's awarded to emerging leaders, so maybe folks who don't have quite a formal background in historic preservation, but because of their work is considered an emerging leader in the space. So it was really honored to have been nominated to receive it, and was really surprised to get it. And yeah, and I'm happy to bring it back home with me to Wallace.
So let's talk more specifically about the work that you did to get that award. So you focus a lot on environmental issues and health issues for Black descendant communities. Can you tell me exactly what that means?
Yes, so first of all, I'm from St. John the Baptist Parish, and we are in the middle of what's known as Cancer Alley. So because of pollution and industrial encroachment, we have the highest risk. We're in the 95th percentile of cancer risk. So, and that's just one of numerous health issues that we have because of pollution. And it's impacted our communities. It's our way of life. You know, we have the dust, the noise, the traffic. So it has it's impacted our communities in so many ways. So our organization is committed to protecting our communities, protecting our health, and finding ways, or even not even finding ways, returning to ways where we can have safe, healthy development.
So let's talk about the most recent feat that you just went through. You were trying to prevent a grain terminal from being built in this area, which is, of course, the main focus of the Descendants Project. How did that go, and did you think that you were going to be successful?
Yes, and with the Descendants Project, when we formed, our mission is and was about this focus on economic development, historic preservation, and environmental justice. And right after we formed, we learned about the Greenfield Grain Terminal, which is this massive 250-acre project on 1,700 acres of land that was illegally rezoned to industrial 30 years ago. Our fight was to return the land back to its rightful residential zoning. And we have been in the courts for the last 2.5 years. In August, we learned that land was returned back to residential. I would love to say that our battle ended there. That was I think the most major portion of our battle, but we knew that because of the collaboration and the participation with the parish, unfortunately, we knew that we still were going to be targeted in other ways. And we were, and we are. And the parish president and the parish council has introduced resolutions to get this land back on through the commission and through the zoning process to get it zoned back to industrial. So we've had to have additional hearings, and fortunately, we are continuing to win in the courts.
It's historical, and there's a personal connection.
Yes, so historically, these Black communities that lie in between these plantations, our ancestors, after emancipation and many times self-emancipation and ancestors who fought in the Civil War, came back and started our communities. And so it's an extremely rich, important aspect of American history, of Louisiana history. And so this land is very personal to us. That's where we grew up. That's where we remember, visiting with our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, and we want to protect our history.
Well, you've won this award because you've done a good job of protecting that history and making sure that the people in that area are safe. But what's next for you?
We have a lot of wonderful cultural projects that are on the horizon. So we are expanding to acquire other historic assets. We have to expand our capacity at the Descendants Project. So we are going to have, more jobs available. So it's really 2024 is going to be a very exciting year, and I look forward to being able to focus more on the development, on the historic and cultural development and promotion, and less on the environmental things, not because it's less of an issue, but because I feel like we are getting towards the end of at least that major part of the battle.
All right. Well, thanks again for joining us, and congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.